Howdy folks, it's Adriel the Hunting Gear Guy. I want to show you guys a couple of mods I did on my Pardus SS just to make it a little bit more 3-gun friendly. I have added a magazine extension tube. I have opened up the loading port quite a bit, and I've added a bolt release button here. So let me get you in close so you can take a look at these things. Now the magazine tube is a little bit difficult to show you guys here because, well, it's inside there, but on the magazine tube I ground off the crimped end on it so that I could get a spring and a magazine extension on it. So I'll show grinding that out. And really, to do that, you want to make sure that you want to have your magazine tube off your shotgun. It's just screwed into the receiver here, and if you torque it lefty-loosey, it'll come out of there. Now, one thing that I'm going to kind of cop out on is the addition of this coin here that's acting as a bolt release. Let me just get a little bit tighter into that. And that's because I have a different video on it. So really, it costs 20 bucks to get the kit. I would just get the kit because it comes with a better bolt release button, but I wanted to do this one on the cheap, so I just drilled and tapped that button and popped a Chinese coin on there just to act as my bolt release. So it kind of has two purposes. First, you can see that my bolt is open right now. If you push it towards the front, or you just mash it anywhere really, you'll drop the bolt. The other thing that it does is it acts against the shell latch that's on the inside there. You see that shell latch moving kind of right about there? Now I'm just going to grab a couple of dummies here and show you guys what this will do. It actually lets you, you can push down the lifter here, and then with your other thumb here let these shells come out so you can quickly unload your shotgun after a match. Now the other thing that's the most striking modification that I've done here is really cut down this loading port and kind of smooth some of these surfaces off. I've done a really quick and dirty job, so you're going to notice that there's marks here and there. The other thing that you might notice is that I cut this thing as deep as I could possibly get it, and therefore I actually started to run across there's the material here, and I'm starting to actually get into it where it's not there anymore. So this is about as deep a cut as you could possibly put in here, but look at that nice access to this loading port. So it's going to make it a lot easier to load this shotgun. Now I just wanted to show a quick quad load. This is where you have I've got 4 dummies here in my hand. I'm just going to show you guys throwing them into the port of this shotgun. Now the key is to make sure you're pushing down with the inside of your hand so that you're getting them in there, and you can very quickly load 4 shells. So if you've got your shell caddies on your belt set up for it, you can load them really quickly. And for practicing at home, it's really nice using this button here to unload it, because I don't have to get one in the chamber. I can just load up the tube and then practice again. Boy, that was a terrible one. Let's try that again. There's an Ipsec Timer app for the Android that I really like to use, because it'll actually give you a beep, and you can set it for sensitivity where it'll hear the clicks of the shells going in, so you can see what your time was loading up dummy shells at home. There, that was a little bit better. So again, just some really quick mods to a really cheap shotgun to make it 3-gun ready. There's one more thing that I'm going to be doing, and that's going to be putting a match saver on the side here just to hold that one shell that I might need. But other than that, I'm just going to run it and see how it does. Alright, so this is my Pardus SS, and this is one of the first things I'm going to do. I'm going to use a cutoff wheel or a grinder, depending if me or my friend gets our way. And we're going to cut this sucker like way down. This is really aggressive. Sometimes people will just like kind of round the surfaces here so you don't bust up your knuckles putting your shells in. This is, as you can see, a lot more of an aggressive cut down and then lever up. And this will actually expose the lifter a little bit. So you wouldn't want to do this on a hunting shotgun because that lifter could get snagged on something, but for a 3-gun shotgun it's fine. So all I've done so far is taped it off the areas I don't want ground, and I've actually got just 2 of these quick clamps on here, and it makes for a reasonably
steady surface so we can grind the crap out of this thing.
So there isn't really a secret to modding these things out and cutting them out. Just take your time, be careful, and don't get too close into the shell latch mechanism or the spot where the magazine tube screws in and butts up against the receiver, and you should be safe. Once you've done your primary cuts, and then you can hit it with a sanding drum and start to smooth things off really nicely. You'll notice that some of those cuts there are pretty ugly, but once you start hitting them with the sanding drum, so you can see those tracks in there, they'll start to disappear really quickly. Just a little bit of sanding here and there, and they come right off. And make sure that you don't get grooves in, so make sure you're moving your drummer back and forth very quickly. And then you'll still probably have to clean it up afterwards with a file just to make sure that it's nice and even. So either a file or a sanding block, and you're good to go.
Alright, so I've drilled and tapped this bolt release here, which as you can see, I just kind of cleaned it up off the top. So I tapped it out for quite a big machine screw. You don't need to use this big, it's just I didn't have anything in between, like too small and too big, so I ended up going a little bit big. And what I ended up doing is tapping it through a coin. You don't have to do that, you could tap it through like a piece of metal or something nice, but I wanted something cheap and something that would look good, so, well, look good, look good to me. So one thing just to be sure of when you've got, let's just put these guys together. Just check the inside there, and there's a spring that's going to go inside there. If you use a small screw, the spring will probably go around it. If you use a bigger screw, you're going to need to cut your screw off so it's level with the top of the metal, or with the metal in there, so it's not taking up that screw's real estate space, or the spring's real estate space. So just keep that in mind. You might need to cut your screw down.